Alright.
I'm about to say, yo, these headphones is big as shit, but I got it.
I got Michael downstairs. GS No Bosby Podcast, episode number 41.
Hold up, I didn't know we was ready. We ready?
Yeah, we ready.
Okay, sorry.
We ready. We gotta be ready.
Nothing.
You wanna do it again?
Oh, ready.
Ready? Alright, you gonna do it again.
Alright,
GS No Bosby Podcast, episode number 41. It's your boy C.O.
you,
Clank.
Shout Bugs in the building.
Ash B.
Ash B. You like that name, Ash B? We need something more. I think we're gonna give you another name.
He did
How you
that
gonna
to me.
change my whole name?
He did that to me too,
Yeah.
but I fuck with it though.
Yeah.
Shout Bugs,
I
I
did
love
Shout
Oh,
it.
what was your name
Yeah.
first?
I don't even remember
It was,
that. What was it?
Dang.
Niecy.
Niecy, because everybody calls me Niecy, so I just put the love behind it.
Yeah, I was like,
He was like,
I'm gonna think of something new for you.
Alright, well, can it have Ash adjacent? Be Ash adjacent. I like the my name in it a little bit.
Listen.
My name is Ashley.
When I come up with something, you're gonna love it.
Alright.
Okay?
You made her forget what hers was.
Right.
See?
Facts.
Shy Bugs is hot.
I do like Shy Bugs. I
I'm
thought
saying-
that was what it was, and he was like, I'm not changing mine. I'm Shy Bugs.
No, that's
I like
me,
that,
yo.
though.
He hit me up.
I'm gonna give you a name. I'm gonna see we're gonna call you Ash.
Well, until then, Ash B on the ones and twos.
On the ones and twos and threes and fours.
What up?
You know what I'm saying? We got a good show planned for y'all today. We got my man, what's his name? Mr. Young. I forgot his name. I think it's Tay Young. He got what do you call what is it? Sky Radio. It's a dope. I talked to them earlier today.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
a
I love
dope
it.
concept, man. It's a dope concept. It's and to sum it up, it's about giving artists 100% of what they're worth,
Okay.
pretty much in a nutshell. You know, so that was dope. I talked to him earlier today. He was like, "Yo, you gonna call up in a few minutes and give us a rundown." His partner's supposed to be here, but you know, black people time. Black people do black people shit. And,
Absolutely.
it's all good. It goes all good. But how was your day today, guys?
Long as hell.
Was it?
Long as hell.
Long as hell, yeah.
Why was it long as hell?
Just because, get up, you do the same routine, but the shit was just long. It just seemed extra long today. You do the same thing every day, but today it just seemed extra long. Sometimes your day goes by fast, but today
It wasn't one of those things.
it was not at all.
Hold up. One of them days when the care comes through. I'm up one. If y'all don't, in case y'all didn't know, we say there's a song for every phrase.
It is.
So if y'all follow us from last week, we was just sporadically coming up with phrases that we said. And I won last week.
He did win last week. You see how he just cheated just now? I totally forgot that we was even doing that.
Too.
He was
Till we
even
go on break, and then I'm like, oh, yeah.
right.
Wait, but you
Nigga,
can't forget.
No,
Yeah, you're right.
nigga,
I'm
no,
on
he
it
wasn't
now.
ready.
We
He
on
was
it
not
now.
ready.
That was the practice round.
No, that was
You
a
got
good
that
one. You can't take that one
I'm
away
not
from
taking it away.
That
I'm
was
just
a good
saying,
one.
nigga, we wasn't ready.
That was a good one.
Cheating ass niggas be
Okay.
cheating.
Oh, you know they do. You
Look,
know they
what song is
do.
that? Damn,
That's-
I can't remember the song.
Good for
See,
you.
that's
Good
why
for
you- that's why
Good
you-
for
Let me get some more Lobby Punch and I'll be good. You know what I'm
Anyway,
saying?
Shy Bug, how was your day?
It was good. I was chilling all day. I had really no excuse to be late just now, but I'm here
You was chilling. You was in
All
chillax mode.
all day.
I know that's right. I
All
know that's
day.
right.
We're gonna start docking pay. You know,
Oh, what?
I'm gonna have a punching
All
clock.
right, Ike.
We're gonna have a no advisory punching clock over there. And she's gonna say mad loud, "You are something minutes late."
Put you all the way on
Put you
blast.
all the way on back. We won't be live on air. And like, ooh, that girl always late.
No, see,
Ooh,
I'm always
that boy
here by
always
the
late.
time it's ready to
Yeah.
record. It's CP Money. He still ain't here yet.
Mm.
It's 8:30.
No, but this is a little bit. Is this fast or slow? What
That's
time?
fast. It's
That's
8:23.
Okay, he got some time.
I
Because we
guess.
really need him to be here for the callers.
Yeah, we have some guests
Yeah, we
that's
gotta
calling
track
in
that
today and all that. So
Yeah.
the
You
little
heard that
bit,
song?
little bit
Yes,
that
I
I listened to
actually
it.
have heard it, and I did not know that's who that was. I'm very
Yeah.
fond of that song. It's on the way for my birthday.
See, you gonna be in the club like Little Booties Matter. You know the thing about that song is Little Booties Matter, but the video of saying girls with big butts. That doesn't count. You cannot have the.
I
girls
mean,
with
it
big butts.
maybe it's perception. Maybe
I'm about to
it's
say
that-
maybe he think that that's a little butt because it's
That
some
might be
big
a little
asses
butt
out
now.
there.
No, you gotta have a little butt. You gotta have. It's for the girls with the little butts.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm
Can we give you? Can
We
we
get some love,
Can we
right?
get a
Because
little
it's always
bit?
the bitches with the like
Y'all tell me that,
nasty
y'all
looking
keep
fat
saying
Did a
asses.
song for did a song for the girls with little butt butts.
But I'm just saying, this is a long time fucking coming. These bitches with
Absolutely.
them nasty butts that you could sit shit on and all that, this should be looking disgusting, and that's what y'all like.
It do.
Yeah.
Who? That's what who like.
He was in here last week. Every time somebody calls up here, whatever, oh, you got a fat ass, you got a fat
No,
ass.
that was just for homegirl, just because she works out. So I was like, does she got a
And
fat
you
ass?
see, you had her so uncomfortable because she don't have no ass.
She had a boo boo.
boop. She just
Huh?
had a boop.
She had
I
a
don't
boop
think
boop.
she had a boop boop.
She had a
What
boop boop.
is a boot boot? That's a New York. What is a boot
I just made that up.
But I feel like I know what he's talking about.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm just going along.
Just like a little bubble. Like
Yeah,
a
I made shit up on the fly. A little boop boop. She had a little
Okay.
boop boop.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? It was all good. But yeah, he coming through. I think he said he signed. We were asking him. I think he said he signed with Def Jam and shit like that.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? We get the top people on this motherfucking show.
You know how we
Oh,
do.
E-Class said, what up?
E-Class, what up? What up, E-Class?
Happy birthday. Oh, because it's...
Felicia birthday.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
Happy birthday,
We're
pretty
gonna let's pull
fine.
up one for,
With my cup.
huh? Where your cup? Listen, I be telling y'all, we gotta recycle these motherfuckers.
Y'all
I
stole
can't keep
my
up.
cup.
I need a
You need
glass cup or
a
something
glass.
if you want me to keep it, and I'll keep it in a little thing.
Listen, you know how long these shits is like 4 episodes.
That
of
is
one.
I know
not
you
your
are
same
very-
cup.
This is my same
That
cup.
is not your same
Yes,
cup.
it is.
He's
He
fucking
said
lying.
that young
I'm
believers
dead
don't
serious.
count.
Ash, didn't you see me bring these 2 cups in here?
No, I didn't see
Oh, you
they
didn't.
were.
ZSC, don't be trying to put that on
No,
her.
these are the same 2 cups from the we went to Merce had a barbecue. These are the same 2 cups I had it from them. My cup and this was my cup and this was just a random cup. Like,
Well, you're good
and I
because
wash them out.
I can't keep no styrofoam cup that long.
I'm saying though, these are people think that naturally you can't keep a styrofoam cup. I am
Well,
making
you're-
it happen.
You
I am
are.
recycling styrofoam cups. Yes.
Oh, Sherry B said, take a shot for me, y'all.
What up,
So
Sherry
take
B?
a shot for Sherry B.
Take
What
a
up,
shot for
girl?
But
Sherry
first, we got to shout out Pretty Fine real quick.
Oh, yeah.
30, 30, 30.
She turned
Dirty 30.
Yes, happy birthday to P Fine. She turned 30. You are now officially part of the Old People's Club.
Really?
Okay? Yes.
Is it at
embrace
30?
Huh?
Is it at 30?
Yes, that's the Old People's Club. I mean,
Is
the
it
20s
re-
is over.
Well,
You in your 30s.
All right, I guess so. I don't call it the old people's club. I call it the mature club.
Okay, the Mature Club.
Thank
She's in the Mature People's Club. Okay? Welcome to the Mature People's Club, P Fine. She going to Miami, right? She said.
She going to
Yes.
Amy?
Have fun in Miami.
Go
Have
shake
fun.
Do
that
your
ass
thing.
in
You know what I'm saying? This is
Miami.
you, girl. Yes, have fun.
You.
Yes,
Cheers.
turn up, mama.
Her cup is empty. Shot cup is empty.
Always empty.
You
Y'all
know how
never
I'm
bring me no juice.
Huh? Juice?
I
This
know.
was soda in
It's
the
some-
fridge.
What kind of
Yeah.
soda?
Coca-Cola.
We gotta make sure we have your
Pepsi. Pepsi,
like
Pepsi,
Pepsi.
Pepsi, yes.
See, I'm a Coca-Cola.
You can't drink the
girl.
soda. The soda is bad. It's acid.
Don't
Don't get
tell
you
me
no water.
what-
Can't
You,
drink
that's,
it.
he would can't have liquor. Let her get a
Huh?
soda.
That's acid. That's acid. That's
Why I can't drink that? He was doing that while I was pregnant.
It's acidy.
Don't tell me what to do.
Wow,
I like
felt
Pepsi.
bad for your
It's-
wife when she was
it's
pregnant.
acid.
Okay,
She
you went,
probably
but you
was
let her drink and eat.
Huh?
Nothing.
Po for real.
No, I'm not.
I mean, when she was pregnant, I'm sure you was the po.
No, I wasn't. I'm just saying. I'm the popo on other people's shit.
Whatever. You know.
You can't do that shit. When in return at home, I'm doing that shit. Hot topics. What we got?
What we got? What we got?
We got Irma, y'all.
Oh yeah, Irma. That bitch.
I don't think
Oh,
Irma's
God.
coming to Charlotte though.
Oh, no.
I think.
My mom texted me and went to. She was like, "Oh, at Walmart, and there's no water." I'm like, "No."
Wait, people are buying water already?
Or in the bread. They bought up
You
every
know
damn
that how
thing.
they do in North Carolina? They buy up all the bread and the water. It would be gone in the milk.
Why?
I don't know. They need bread, water, and milk, evidently.
And it's all gone.
Why?
All gone.
I
Like
don't
literally,
understand
there's no water. They think that they need a reason. They just need a reason.
So
I
my
don't-
thing,
they
especially
need a
with
reason.
but with the
It's
milk,
not coming to Charlotte.
it's right.
It's not.
We too far inland for one. But what you getting
Definitely
milk
too
for if our electricity is gonna go out? Your
This is
fridge
true.
is not gonna even be working. So what are you getting milk
What
for?
do you get in milk and all that? All that shit
Exactly.
gonna fucking spoil. That's the thing. People don't. I don't get that shit. People be buying all this dumb shit and then you put it in the refrigerator and,
And
the
it
power go
spoils,
out. And
exactly.
Then what? The power
Because
go
y'all
out.
know Duke take fucking forever to get your shit back on.
Yes,
Once your
exactly.
power goes off, that shit is off. From
Oh,
that
and my
moment.
friend, she's from Miami. She was saying one time, I think it was the last hurricane they had. They didn't have power for 2 weeks.
Oh
For
yeah,
2
I
weeks.
wouldn't know how to do that.
2 weeks. Can you imagine not having
2
your
weeks.
refrigerator? No, in Miami. Now, you
No
know how
air
that
conditioner or
is.
nothing.
No, nothing.
I can't do that.
Oh,
I've
no.
never been through that before.
I've never
ever.
been through that before. I just go live in the ocean or something for a week.
Exactly.
I can't. You can't
Who
live
the
like
fuck
that.
interrupted my life? I'm sorry.
What happened?
It's all right. We're still live on Instagram though. And
Okay.
What up, I
Sherry B said that they need some milk. They don't need no milk. They need some perishable
I'm about
items.
to say no milk. I don't want to say get you some water and you be
They
alright.
need some canned goods.
That's right. That's it.
Yeah,
Some
get some
water,
canned
some
good shit.
beans and shit. You be alright.
Yo, who the fuck is this commenting? Hey, turn up, love y'all. Who's that?
That's be fine.
That's Steve, huh?
Oh,
He's so
gosh.
aggravated. Who do you think it
It
is?
says no advisory podcast.
Because she signed in on the No Advisory Podcast page.
P Fine, I'm gonna need you to get off the page and go on your regular page and do that. That shit confusing the fuck out of me.
Oh
I'm thinking,
god.
I'm like, who the fuck is that? That's us.
He gonna get it
Hey,
together.
girl,
Like,
turn the fuck up.
I'm like, who the
Turn
fuck
up,
is that?
turn up, turn up. It's your birthday. Did y'all see Leslie's video?
Yeah, I love her, even though she really is not an attractive woman.
Wait, who's Leslie?
Leslie Jones,
Who the fuck is that?
comedian. She used to be on Comedy.
Oh, the
All
girl
that.
that was roasting and she cut her Instagram and shit off?
Yeah,
She's
for a
ugly.
Right,
second.
she is.
did
She's
cut
not
it out.
attractive.
She's
Because they was going in
But
on her.
she has
She's
a great
funny.
personality,
She
right?
does.
She's very
You know what's
funny.
crazy about
And
that?
that makes up for a lot.
She actually has a Instagram or whatever video dancing to the guy that we're gonna have
Yeah,
yesterday.
that's
Yeah,
the
nigga,
video.
that's
That's
what we
dope. Oh, that's the one?
That's a video.
Oh.
It's a video that's gone viral now. Yes, of her dance. It's her birthday today.
It's
her
her
big
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah, shout out to Leslie
She-
Jones.
it's
Happy
your
birthday,
birthday.
girl.
Oh, that's great. You see how that
It's
shit
your
works out? We
birthday.
have the guest pulling in for the girl that's fucking butt ugly that's 20
No, she's
Now, she
not.
don't gotta be butt ugly.
Right. Can we just say she's not attractive?
I wish
at all?
that she would do
Okay,
something
she's
else
not
with her
attractive.
hair though, because I think if she do something with her hair, she would look better.
What would you suggest for her hair? I don't really.
I was
She don't have to have
Back
it.
to Miami and fix her face.
I think he only do butts and
I know,
breasts and
but
all
he
that.
could do a face.
That
can't do it.
spiky thing, I don't like that. Maybe she shouldn't spike it up. Maybe she should just like lay it down, or maybe she should try a bob or something. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe she just try a new face.
I mean,
That's
you
not
can't-
nice.
Should that work?
Maybe she loves her face.
Obviously
Obviously,
she
she's embraced
does.
it.
Yeah,
She did.
obviously she
But
But
does.
if she embraced it, she would have kept her Instagram or whatever she took down. She would have kept it up. If she
Yeah.
embraced it.
Well, no, she probably embraces her face, but she just don't want a whole bunch of people coming at her
Comment
crazy.
in it,
Right.
yeah.
But you know what? She has more money than all of us combined.
She does.
Exactly.
So fuck
She
it.
does.
Do what you do.
And what Jay Z say?
Do what you do.
What do you say?
A billionaire. You can't be an ugly
Yeah,
billionaire.
well, she's not a billionaire.
She
But
ain't a
she's
billionaire.
100,000aire
She's
around
probably- She
there.
probably, yeah, she probably a thousand.
Yeah,
Six
something
figure
like that.
hair.
Right.
Yeah, 100,000
Billionaire?
there.
Yeah.
Man, she can throw 100 in my face like I'm cute.
Right.
But
Cute.
yo, I want to talk about this issue right here. This is
What's up?
the DACA shit. This is like I don't think people touch on it, but I want to touch on it. I want to be the personalities that touch on this shit.
Go ahead and talk about it.
Huh?
Talk
Go
about it.
ahead.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I mean,
I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it.
it's messed up.
Like, what do y'all feel about it?
It's not right. I just feel like Trump's whole purpose is to undo everything
That
Barack
Obama did. I
Yes.
feel like that's all
So-
that is. Right.
Yes.
It's like, if that's what his plan is, this is expected. He's going in just unraveling every fucking thing. Now
Yes.
it's like, like the post say, send the racists back, keep the kids.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, what it is, if the DACA, whatever, it's pretty much, these people have to pay money, have an application filled out, pay $500, I believe the fee is, and it's for it's for immigrants that are parents who have immigrant children, so they're allowed to stay here.
Yes.
So now Trump is pretty much saying, nah,
Yes.
we're taking that away from you. You have to go
Yeah.
if you're an immigrant. Now people are getting letters in the mail saying,
You gotta go.
no, you gotta go to court.
Yeah.
You have a hearing, and what you know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen there. They gonna have a patty waggy, y'all.
Now, for the people
I
that
hope
don't know
not.
what DACA is, Ash put it in layman's terms.
Layman's turn.
I'm
Now,
gonna
you
read
give
it out.
us the CNN version,
Yes.
the
What
Don,
is DACA?
the Don Lemon version.
It
Right.
says, DACA was created by President Barack Obama in 2012 after intense pressure from immigrant advocates who wanted protections for the young immigrants who were mostly raised in the U.S. but lacked legal status. That's it in layman's terms. What is that?
That's my phone. My
Oh,
fault.
what the fuck was that? But yeah, that's DACA in layman's
No,
terms.
you got 80. You gotta
I'm sorry. At the
It's
same time,
a-
my fault.
80 like a mug.
Shut up. It says the program protects them from deportation,
Yeah.
granting a 2-year reprieve that can be extended and by issuing a work permit and a social security number.
Now they're over here working. It's not like they're over here, and then they go
Yeah.
through like an extensive
Background
check.
check.
So it's not like they're over here, like he said, raping motherfuckers. You know how
Yeah.
you try to be everybody's raping. They're raping your children.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, my gripe with it is.
What
So
do y'all feel about
rescinded
that?
is
Comment,
right,
comment,
I'm
and-
commenting and let
yeah.
us know, of
Let us
course.
know what
But
y'all feel about that.
my thing is, so we don't. What is this? So he rescinded it. So now, what's the advantage of doing that? What are we getting out of it now? Now that this
I
law
feel
or
like
this act isn't going to be in
it's
effect
like-
anymore, what is that doing for your presidency, for your administration? What is that doing for us as a country?
Nothing.
Like, what benefit is that? If it had no benefit to take it away, then what the fuck are you touching it for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like you just touching shit to touch shit.
You know,
To be hateful.
Right.
Yes, and to reiterate what you had stated about, I just think that when the whole election thing came about, and you had Hillary Clinton, you had Donald Trump, and people
Don't
by
forget about
far
my boy
Bernie. I voted for Bernie Sanders. Actually, I had to write his fucking name in.
Right.
His name wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But you had just eliminate Bernie Sanders for a minute. You had Hillary Clinton, and
Right.
President Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and people. I felt like people knew how to, because I knew that Trump was going to win. People was like, yo, you stupid ant. I knew he was going to win. I'm like, if he got this
I
guy-
didn't think he would win, but I thought it
No,
damn
he
sure wasn't impossible for him to win. Like when he was running, people were actually like, he's not gonna win. I'm like, how can you say he's
No, I know
absolutely
he's
not
gonna
gonna win? It's a chance.
I didn't think so. I'm very naive.
I knew it was a chance.
Yeah.
I knew it would be between him. I knew he would get the nomination.
Yeah.
Put it that way. I definitely didn't.
Oh
think
yeah,
he
because
would
who they put up against? Well, I knew that. Yeah, but I didn't think he was gonna win.
But
I didn't.
between-
I definitely didn't think.
Between them two, right? And then
Yeah.
obviously Trump won the presidency. And I was like, yo, this was the perfect guy. If you was to erase the past 8 years that Barack Obama was in office and all the things that he did to push not African Americans, because people just African Americans felt that because he was in office that he's supposed to do something for us. He's the president of the United States of America. He's not the president of the African
American
American
people, right? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes.
To push the America forward, I just think that they felt that they had to get Donald Trump in because he was the guy to eliminate everything that Barack Obama did. And
I felt it was like y'all got y'all person, y'all finally got y'all black men in office, so now we need to have somebody that's really us, like that represent us for real, for real.
But the only thing I can say positive about Trump is this, and is really nothing positive about Trump.
Prepare for the hate mail.
No, fuck, I don't care. The only thing I can say positive about Trump is he's a man that says if you're gonna do it, he's gonna do it.
That's true.
That's what I can say positive
You cannot
about
say
Trump.
that he has not been.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna say he's been honest, but that nigga showing us who the fuck he is.
Who the fuck he is?
And
He's not a
you better
Democrat.
believe
He's not me personally. He's not a Democrat or Republican. He's just straightforward.
Trump.
He's
right.
Trump.
He's Trump. He's himself.
Yeah.
But let me pose a question to y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about the Mexican or the people of that descent, of the other descent, who have immigration issues but were able to vote, who voted for Trump? Like the upper echelon of the Mexican and now face deportation.
No, I mean,
I think he was misinformed.
And not even just, I don't know.
How do you feel about, because even when Trump went out and was campaigning, he said the first thing he's going to do
Build the wall.
is build the wall.
Build
right.
the wall and repeal DACA specifically.
Yeah, right.
He said that.
Right.
So the people who are then of that descent and have the opportunity to be deported for you to still vote for him, how y'all feel about them motherfuckers?
So when you say misinformed, I don't know if, because people always say that when people run for president or for any office that they're lying, shit like they're just saying things to appeal so that they could win or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people, because it was even like people in the LGBTQT whatever community that voted for him as well, and then he turned around, he won't let them go in the military, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I feel like this is a ha moment for y'all dumbasses.
Exactly. They
Y'all
were well
voted for
aware.
him.
I don't feel they were misinformed at all. Y'all motherfuckers knew what he was about because, like we said, Trump, one
It's
thing he
him.
don't do
Right. He's
is
him.
sugarcoat who he is.
Exactly.
He
So
will always be who he is.
this is like, at this point, it's like we knew. I feel like we people like that's in my pay bracket or just my community or whatever.
Right.
We knew we was fucked.
Hell
From the
yeah.
beginning, we knew once he got, we already knew. It's
Yeah,
other people that
everybody.
had some type of hope or whatever, and now he's showing y'all this is exactly what I said I was gonna do. I don't know what the fuck y'all thought, and now y'all look stupid. Y'all feel like
it's egg on y'all face.
it's gonna affect y'all. It's not affecting me.
No,
I mean, it's still
it's
fucked
like
up. But
what up, Keisha?
who that?
Keisha?
I don't know.
Hey,
That's my
Keisha.
girl.
All day. But yeah, he's fucking y'all over. Y'all got egg on y'all face if y'all voted for him, and now y'all about to get.
And I love seeing that, like reading the
Hi,
comments
y'all.
and shit. Like when people have certain videos about things that happened during his administration, and there's people that always comment and say, "Well, you said you was gonna do this and that." I
A lot
love
of
it.
people that
I
voted
love
for
it.
Trump are like they wish they could rescind the vote.
Exactly. I
They're
love
like,
it.
Fuck, why
I
did you vote
love
for
it.
this dumb
Right.
motherfucker?
Because he is, and the crazy
Dumb
part about it
motherfuckers.
is
Hold on,
that
dumb motherfuckers. who
while
voted
he's
for Trump.
showing us who he is, he really
Right.
is not. He's business savvy, but he's not a smart man. For
No,
real, for real. He
I
I
doesn't
wouldn't
actually
say
know.
business savvy.
You don't think he's business? He got
No,
millions. Well, I mean, he has
That's
millions of
business.
dollars from his family, but he has well, a
He
lot
got
of
a
his
nice little
businesses,
start.
and his businesses did fail. A lot of them did.
What is
So
P Money XL's ETA? Because I'm pretty sure this motherfucker's called in.
P Money XL. What's your ETA? We trying to figure that out,
What's
y'all.
this
So-
motherfucker's
oh,
ETA?
where the fuck you at?
Like, yo.
Hashtag where's P Petty P?
Boy, we're gonna have to do some serious fucking remodeling of the Probably podcast in a minute.
Ooh, oh God, here
Fuck.
you go.
Huh? That's what we do. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Well, after what else we got on here? We got did you see Kiki Wyatt's video?
Yeah, I was
had
talking
to
to
show him,
Ash
girl.
just now.
I had to
don't
show
know- I
him.
don't know who. I mean, I heard of it about
He
it.
didn't say
I
what
know who she
song.
was.
What was the one with
Sing
her
the song.
Avant?
Sing a song. I want you to
She
sing.
knows
There's a couple of them. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for you, boy.
You don't know Kiki Wyatt. What's the other one?
I don't care what the others say, long as I got you, babe.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Hold on.
I
We
can look it
got
up.
Kiki yet. Kiki.
No,
I forgot about that one.
K-E.
Yeah, you
You went
can't-
in
the other
dang
song
on
is,
top one.
The other song is the one that they did the It's Love. Yes, I'm about to
Oh, I
say.
know that song.
Because-
Right, I know
But
that
they
song.
did that.
Everybody
That's
made
a
a fucking
remake,
song.
right?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
remake,
yeah.
though.
I
So
know
you
that
should
song.
know that song. You old. It's
Huh?
a remake.
Ah,
You should know the original and their version. You should know both.
I hit it with the ball.
you should have been there for the recording of it.
All that. Oh yeah, if you only knew she did Patty's song over. If,
Oh, this her?
She can sing.
I wanna hear this
She's
song.
that bitch could blow.
Can I
Kiki
hear
Wyatt
the song?
can blow.
Kiki Wyatt.
I don't know. Be careful.
Kiki
We on
Wyatt.
Facebook Live. Be careful.
Word.
got
Fuck
a
you, Tom.
good-
You be fucking blocking us and shit.
Who this? What's P Money phone number?
I don't know. Pick it
I
up.
hope it's him and put him on blast.
That can't be
You?
P Money. Who is that?
Minnesota calling you right now.
Minnesota.
What?
Yeah, they're calling. Whoever they're calling, they're from Minnesota, so this gonna be a number from Minnesota calling you right now. So I'm en route.
Oh,
Alright.
they gonna call my phone?
Yeah, I just gave
Ladies
you
and
the
gentlemen,
What?
this is
Yeah,
our
my number. I'm
calling
just
guest
playing. Alright,
getting ready
number.
to call us in from a Minnesota. That's
It's all good. It's all
Yes,
good.
that's
It's all
Mr.
good.
Young.
Alright.
For Sky Radio calling in.
He said he not calling it. That was P Money. He's
I-
telling me that the nigga's calling.
I know. Yeah, he was calling him because he's fucking say gonna be here by 8:30.
He said he en route though.
What's
Who's
Petty?
gonna call your number?
Yeah, we gonna call
Hold up.
That's him right there. That's him right there.
Wait, I'm not ready. What's
Mr. Young.
okay?
Mr. Young.
You
We
ready?
got Mr. Young on the line.
You.
Put him on. No, take him off speaker.
You. Turn it up.
Mr. Young.
Testing. Mr. Young, are you there?
I'm here. I just put some audio.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Mr. Young. How you doing, brother? Look. Oh shit.
I ain't do nothing.
Hold on.
One second.
There you go. You hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you live on No Advisory Podcast. How you doing, Mr. Young?
I'm doing awesome. What's going on with y'all?
We are chilling like villains up in here, just chilling.
You actually called right in the middle of hot topics, so we
Yeah,
gotta
we
get
was
your
in the middle of
opinion
a
on some
sentence.
things.
He called on time.
I'll be back quiet. Let you go and finish up.
Nah, you gonna chime in on this real quick.
Oh, what's up? What's the word?
Did you? So we were at the time talking about Kiki Wyatt. Did you see Kiki Wyatt's video talking about her husband is trying to leave her while she 8 months pregnant?
Oh my god.
Did you see it?
Oh.
He saw
He
it.
said, "Oh my God."
He saw
I
it.
ain't heard it, but it just seems like the same old drama with everybody going on.
Always,
What's
exactly.
going on?
Always
Yeah.
drama with her.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's always drama with her.
She's very dramatic. She is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can hear you a lot better. I bet. All right, Mr. Young. Well,
So do you think she's right for putting all her business out on social media like that? Is that something that should be kept at the house, or do you think her putting it on blast, making a whole Instagram video, even though she took it down like 5 minutes
Yeah,
later?
there's two ways of looking at it, you know. Some people, you know, are doing it because they can't stay off of social media. And some people are doing it because they're making money on social media.
that's
So the
true.
question lies,
Because they do say like all.
any news is good news on social media.
Exactly.
So, I
Very
mean,
true.
who knows what she's thinking? I don't know, but so.
No, you're right. Because of course, now once everybody saw this video, even if they didn't know who Kiki Wyatt was or whatever, it did probably make them look her up, try to look up her
She
song,
associated
something like
with
that.
crazy now.
You know,
They
so
kind of know who she was.
it's all publicity. You're right about that. Right.
Yes.
Any publicity?
Well,
Publicity.
Exactly. Speaking of publicity, though, I'm sorry.
Tons
So, if I understand correctly, you're the owner of Sky Radio. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right, you got to tell us about it. What's up with Sky Radio?
Sky Radio. Well, yeah, Sky Radio is going to do something. I actually started this 7 years ago. I was sort of ahead of its time, dealing with music and radio and fans.
Okay.
As you know, radio stations, and put it this way, social media and music are the number one outsources in the digital world right now that make money. So anything you're dealing with social media, anytime you're dealing with social media and music, you're talking about major money. So with Sky Radio, what we've done is actually partner with radio stations, and we partnered with emerging and A-list artists. And what we do is give 100% royalties to music artists.
That's
Okay.
That's part of the whole vision, I feel.
Yes.
Right, because most
And
artists don't get
what-
100%, right?
That's what Prince. I'm up here in Minnesota.
I'm
That's
from
what Prince
Minnesota.
that we're striving for, and a lot of other artists too are striving for that. Why are the record labels and companies basically beating them? And what we do is give 100% royalties to the artist. We give back to the radio station through the digital media. So, for example, when we do a launch, Sky launch, we start with the artist. Say, for example, XYZ artist, and we do 14 days of pushing that artist on radio stations that are syndicated with Sky Radio. So they have 14 days of talking to their fans, potential fans, and with a countdown reaching to zero. An
Okay.
hour before the actual launch, what we do is have an on-air interview with that artist, and then we launch it. 100% of that royalties goes to the artist. There's nothing out like that, and we'll be launching here soon.
Okay, and so you said that this came about, or this was an idea that you birthed like 12 years ago. So what's your background?
My background is IT. I'm a developer.
Okay. Now, where are you?
Yeah. Actually, before that, I used to, I was in school and going to college, and before that, I used to play drums. I used to play the drum with the band called Mint Condition. And so I have a little bit of music
Right, I will hope
background
so.
and not
Yeah.
just the IT background. And like I said, with the Sky Radio, you have the radio station. Radio stations, 92% of Americans still listen to radio stations.
Right.
That's a large part. Yeah, even more than television and smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
I think television is like 75% or something, and smartphones a little less. So 92% of America still listen to radio. Radio stations are still going as far as music is concerned, artists want to get the music out there. So that 92% of radio stations, we take the digital world and we apply it, and now that everyone can hear it through the Viant stream, and we can promote it with the digital market, we can promote it with the actual radio station market, and also with the artists. And also what comes along with that is sponsorships, like big companies like T-Mobile, Walmart, this and that, so
Right.
to get behind it.
Right.
So we guarantee 5 million impressions on top of the other entities that promote it as well. So we're guaranteeing at least 5 million impressions when we launch a new song with Sky Radio.
Okay. When is this launch? When is this popping off?
What is this popping off? Like I said, in a couple months here,
Okay.
there's a lot of things going on with this right now. I mean, it's just all positive traction. We're getting a lot of love from the artists because obviously they want 100%. And the fans love it too because they want to make sure that dollars get to that artist.
Right.
Right now, I think it's roughly, you have to do about 200,000 streams to get like $1,000 or more on Spotify. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's ludicrous.
I think
So,
that's why a lot of artists are kind of even backing away from streaming.
Exactly.
And going. This is why I think that's something that would draw artists to what you have going on. Just that 100% royalties. That's
Right.
something that.
And what we do with that is
Unheard of.
event-based, a digital concert. So Normally, a concert, you could probably, pack in 50,000 to 100,000, depending on how big the concert is. But now you have a concert worth millions, and everyone pays $1. And again, like I said, the song's not blasted. I'll put it out there on YouTube and SoundCloud and other places. These are exclusive songs that no one's heard before from artists. So we can take the A-list artists and also emerging artists. It's not about the A-list or being emerging. It's about the song. If we believe it's going to be a hit, we push it.
That's what's up.
My question I got for you is, I want to know, being that you give the artist 100% royalties, like for number one, do artists have to sign any kind of like contract? And number two, like how do you guys make your money on the back end if you give an artist 100% royalties?
You want to know the secret recipe?
Yeah, what is the secret recipe?
Well,
Yes.
the recipe for the artist is simple. They take 100% of the royalties. I mean, that's always going to be the case with Sky Radio. And you're going to start hearing a lot of copycats out there trying to do the same thing. But just remember, Sky Radio is doing it first. We give 100% of the royalties. And how we make our money is on the digital marketing. Depending how big the artist is, we give them a percentage of that royalty as well. So, of the digital marketing. So it's a win-win-win. The radio station wins, the artist wins, the fans win. And like I said, it's just something that's not done before. We're not really trying to compete with Spotify and Pandora and these other great music services. What we're trying to do is launch the artist's new single. And to make it, like I said, that's the sense of the word Sky Radio.
So explain the digital market, and I want you to explain it for explaining it as if an artist was listening, but explain that to as if somebody was to say get into this type of field. What is the digital market, and how will you compensate? How would you make your compensation of that through the digital market?
Somebody on their phone versus listening to on a radio station or watching TV commercials is far better. Because it's click to action, meaning a person can click on a link, they're given the calendar, you can actually have a reminder in your phone, you can do all kinds of stuff with your phone, and especially right to the phone, or directions to wherever they want to buy or get a discount for whatever that sponsor or that vendor is trying to promote. So with that being said, digital marketing, and the short of it, pretty much equals 50 cents to $1 per person.
Okay.
So if you have over 1 million people, you can do the math.
Okay. That's smart. That's smart business. That's very smart business.
Ching ching.
Now,
So that's the business what's going on in the world right now. That's why you see all these companies put stuff on social media, because the more people, the more impressions they have, it's called impressions. That those impressions now equal dollar signs for these big companies.
Okay.
So how are you getting, so artists are coming to you? Like, is there a certain criteria? What are you looking for in these artists before I guess you actually
Great
push
question.
them?
Artists can hit us up at artists@skyradio.live. That's artists, ARTISTS @skyradio.live. So they can send an email to us, and we'll shoot them back. As far as we got contract, we have one of the best entertainment attorneys in the country. He deals with all kinds of Grammy-winning artists, and most artists, most artists, when they sign contracts, these 75 to 100 pages long. Mm-hmm. We condense our contract down to 6 pages.
Okay.
So it's real simple, because 100%, what is it that's cost about 100%, right? It's 100%. And we don't have any, ties to you. You're not tied to do exactly what, we let the artist be the artist. And all we want to do is promote you on our digital concert, and we'll be happy to push you to the next level atmosphere.
Okay.
that sounds dope.
And that's what we believe in. Yeah, that's what it's all about, the artist, right? That's why we listen to the music. We like our favorite song, whether it's country, jazz, hip hop, or or polka. It doesn't matter.
Now, when a lot of streaming services, they just whoever signs up, they actually could be on the could benefit from the service. Now, are you guys going to be doing any type of screening of the artist, or is just it's an open floodgate? Any artist could get on, or
yeah, you get that right. You open the floodgate, you get other materials in the water.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
and that's okay. That's okay. but we do encourage them to have their mix. You know, it has to be professional. Now, if they want to send us that's raw and scratchy, who knows? It might be the first raw and scratchy song to go platinum. But but so who would say in the music world, music's not a science, it's a vibe, right? So this is where Sky Radio comes in with the vibe thing. We're not trying to dictate what's there. We're trying to just have the vibe is for the people, the listeners and the fans to get what they want to hear and not be clouded by big corporate labels and pushing and their type of persuasion. We want it to be totally 100% fan persuasion and artist persuasion.
So this isn't catered to just hip hop. This is what any type of
No.
artist.
It's just we're going to all genres. We have a country artist lined up, and we plan on going to all genres.
Okay, that's awesome.
And also, this is patent pending too for the people out there thinking about copying. So.
Right, y'all might do a flag and shit.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna steal- we're gonna steal your shit.
Working this patent working model actually for the several radio stations up here. They sort of bid off some of my ideas, and I knew that, so I sort of tested the waters and didn't get the whole thing, but 7 years ago, I was sort of ahead of my time, but it's good that it happened that way.
Yeah, timing is everything, right? So you
Yes,
never know what could
yes,
have
ma'am.
happened 12 years ago that it just wasn't time yet. 2017. No, you got a new opportunity. Sounds like a great idea. I feel like this would be great for these up and coming artists now because I guess we're all a little bit more aware about how these record labels and things work. In terms of the business side of it, so this is giving, I guess, a better opportunity for these new artists and things, which I think. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I was trying.
What you think, Mr. Young? Is that because I don't really have experience with the music industry. I'm not interested in it, nothing of the sort, or at least not that side
Right.
of it. So,
I should tell you one thing: we're either going to get a bunch of copycats or we're going to be bought out.
okay. Oh, is that what you would like? You would like to be bought out?
Changing the music thing because it's not really going to be a need for record labels anymore.
Damn sure ain't. No way.
And that's coming. Whether we fall off the planet or somebody else picks the ball up or keeps running with it, that's eventually what's going to happen. Same thing with Napster did with record stores. They pretty much demolished
I
record stores.
forgot about
You might have
Napster. They used to be the joint. Yeah, I said we forgot about Napster.
Yeah, and how it changed the whole industry. This is going to do the same thing. Because how can you compete with free?
Right.
Word.
And so, is that your goal to get bought out eventually?
My goal is to, like I said, I'm really a lover of music, and I think it's just for the artists and for the fans.
Okay.
What happens after that, that'd be cool. But I would put more money into concerts and stuff for the fans and finding these new talents, these new princes, these new industry people out there that are breaking and groundbreaking, innovative artists that are doing stuff. That's what we're looking for. That to keep our next evolution of music going.
So, with you being a lover of music, who are you listening to right now? Are you in your car?
Oh,
Who's it?
man, you can't ask that question. It's too broad. I mean, you can name country artists, rock artists, to everything. I listen to all of it. First of all, because I love music. I mean, as I was playing drums, I would always listen to everything to know how different rhythms and whatnot. So that's just me naturally. But on top of it, me being what I'm doing with Sky Radio, I have to know what's going on in the music world.
Right. I mean, obviously, if you're going to open it up to all artists, you would have to, I would hope, be familiar with almost every genre.
Now, Mr. Young, where are you originally from?
And I just sound this way. I'm from Minnesota, but I'm a brother.
Oh, are you?
All
Okay,
right.
you know I was about to
Yes,
ask
I
Mr.
am.
Young. I had to make sure for a
I know,
second.
you know what I'm saying.
Hey, Mr. Young.
Different.
Hey,
But
Mr.
you know
Young.
what? I mean, and I come from a not so pretty background too.
Hey, hey, yo,
That's funny.
we was in.
We didn't want to answer you.
This sounds good as God's done. Is like He could change me to do this, and this is my testimony to anyone else.
Amen.
But if I can do it, you can too.
I know that's
Amen.
right. I know that's right.
Yeah, cause we was in here and we was wondering what was your nationality? Like, yo, is he white?
Hey, what's going on?
What is he?
How like Samuel Jackson? What's in your wallet? My question is, how long you been black?
Now you said
Hey, don't make no pieces. You heard it from me first.
you say you're from Minnesota?
Yes,
What
ma'am.
part of
Born and
Minnesota?
raised.
What part of Minnesota? I'm from Minnesota as well.
St. Paul, but I live over here on the north side.
Okay, I was born and raised north side. Well, not born. I was born in East St. Louis, represent. But I lived on the north side. Went to North High
My
School.
dad from East St. Louis.
Okay,
Yeah.
East St. represent. I love East St. But yeah, North Minneapolis. I was just in Minneapolis not too long ago. I can't deal with that cold, so more power to you for sticking around. We need more brothers like you.
Well, you know, if you can't make it at home, you can't make it nowhere. That's what my mama said.
That's
I know
facts.
that's right.
That's true.
I know that's right.
Now, Mr. Young, how
All
can
these cats, you know, like gonna do something better. It's about the captain. It ain't about the shit.
That's true. That's true.
now, Mr. Young, how can artists reach you if they want to like sign up and get on the platform? How can an artist reach you?
Hit me up at, like I said, artists at skyradio.live. Just email me right now. The app's coming out soon. You'll see stuff in your social media. We're going to be pushing some strong promotions and stuff. You can hit us on Twitter, skyradio.live. You can hit us on Instagram as well. We don't have a large power. Like I said, this is really under wraps. You're actually one of our first actual interviews we're doing right now. So I think it's raw, like I said, but this is what it's about.
No
It's not about
advisory, doing
putting
it
it up there
first,
in front of
exclusive.
iHeartRadio or putting it up there in front of these big, conglomerate names. It's about the raw roots of music. And this is where it's at, in the basements, in the corners. And that's where things start at, you know what I'm saying? Not, in the pretty lights and glamour and gold and stuff. That's just my thought,
So y'all hear this? So y'all hear this, artists? If you watching this, Sky Radio. That's that new shit, Sky Radio. Y'all need to get up on
Yes,
there.
yes, sir.
Get 100% of your royalties. Stop
It's
letting these
your
record
money.
labels
Jerk
give
you.
you all these 360 deals and you ain't
Exactly.
getting nothing. Get all your brain. You invest your money into your artistry. You this is what you do. This is your craft. Get all your brain. Holla at Sky Radio and get your shit done.
Yeah, and also we'll be running a contest. We'll be looking for whatever, like I said, that song and that artist. We're going to be asking them to send their music in. And from the finalists, like I said, the finalists will not get the money, but they'll get the opportunity to push this in front of 5 million people live.
Wait, did you just say 5 million?
5 million.
Y'all heard that? 5 million
Yeah, yeah.
people.
That's big.
5 million.
It is. I mean, like I
That's
said,
a whole lot of
that's the
zeros.
original concept. When they hear it, after they hear your song, they'll have the buy button right there, and that goes straight to your account.
Now, you know what I want to ask you? When we talked earlier, you said that on, like, I guess an artist going to have, like, an artist page with their song, a quick second, 40-second clip or whatever they song, what have you. Now, being that you say you're going to have, like, the like and dislike option, are you going to, like, take off artists who gets a certain amount of likes and like, are you going to take off artists who have a certain amount of dislikes and keep artists who have a certain amount of likes?
Well, I mean, I think it'll just naturally be that way, right? I mean, if the song sucks, the song sucks. You know what I'm saying? And that could come from even an A-list artist. So it's not, no one's immune to a bad song. And, and it's a bad song. But he has way too many good ones,
Yeah.
So it's about that. And that's what the art is about. Not all your paintings are Picasso's, But, as a conglomerate, and have you come together that paints the artist and it tells a picture of what this artist is trying to, admit to the fans.
Dope. I think it's a dope platform, and I think that, obviously you have no advisories, 100% backing.
Absolutely.
We deal with a lot of local artists out here, hot local artists out here. And I actually wanted one of the guys to come up here and speak with you, but he couldn't make it here tonight. But we really gonna I wanted to plug this with a lot of the local artists that we have out here in Charlotte, and get you guys connected and get this thing up and running. 'Cause I don't know how many artists do you have signed up now, like actually on subscribe now.
Yes, like I said, hit us up at artists@skyradio.live. That's the best way right now. We'll see the email. We'll interact with you as artists. So we're not dealing with you as an actual user or a normal person, but dealing as artists. And we want to be able to communicate with the artists what they're looking for, what contract. Do they want distribution, just to put their stuff on there and sell the music, or do they want to be launched?
You come to
Because
Charlotte
the
to see
platform,
them?
like I said, we launch them, and also we can anyone to put their music on there. And still, the 100%, like I said, always the Sky Radio on royalties. There's no fussing, no guessing, no hustling. It's 100%. Like I said, that click to action, it goes straight to your bank account.
Straight to your bank. You
We
said
don't
straight
even
to
see
your
a
bank
penny, so
account?
you won't say, hey,
That
you
won't
thought,
come
you know,
up.
this many and that many. No, it goes straight to your bank account.
Okay, all right.
Like you said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
In my
6,
bank
7,
account.
8. What M's in my bank account?
All right, so all right, I'm gonna dive into this just a little bit more. Okay, so when artists signed up, like take us through the sign up process for the artist.
Sure. They hit us up at artists at skyradio.live. We hit them back as far as what the music is, and we send them a DocuSign because everything's electronic. And the DocuSign is, like I said, we have one or two of them where they want to just put the music on there just to sell on the platform, or if they want a Skyline. It's just that simple.
Now with the artists,
Every-
in music, do they have to have any type of paperwork related to their music to sign up, or they could just go in the studio,
No,
record and put it on
it's the
there?
contract, and all the contract is pretty much saying that this is your song. Obviously, I mean, as far as you get your rights to it, that's on you, and we're not liable for it. All we're going to do is push it. That's it. See, with the digital world, this is all you need. You don't need thousands of attorneys, an agent, and all this other stuff. This is the future now with the digital world, and music is back. And this is how simple things has gotten.
Now you
And
know,
like I said, this is my 9 to 5 before I got my investor and we started kicking this thing off as a project. And my 9 to 5 job was to do digital marketing and find ways to make more money for these companies, Fortune 500 companies, to make money on the digital marketing side of it. I was first a front end developer, so I would know the look and feel and what it takes. And after a while, sitting there and doing this stuff for a long time, I'm like, wow, I make these people millions of dollars. And I started to put my mind to work as far as creating something. And, me being the music person and just wondering why the music industry is why it is right now. And it's simply because they don't have the understanding of the digital world, what we have at our disposal, and that we don't need all these other hands in our pockets when we want to sell stuff.
I got you.
Including music, right? So
Right.
it's not just with the music part of it. That's just one of them. And I have many different apps out there too, or at least another app out there. I did with Sky Clubs. That was the first app to deal with, or actually you could create your own drinks, anonymously chat, and request songs to the DJ in a nightclub. That's another app right now where we push out. Hey, my investor, I want to give a shout out to my investor, Devin George.
Shout out to Devin George.
The Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Devin
Oh, yeah,
George.
Devin George.
I went to
That's
school with his brother Trey.
Yes, that's who Mike was telling me about. He was like, yeah, one of the NBA players, former NBA players, was an investor in it, and he was like, Devin George. So I was like, I felt like, oh, Devin George gonna call in? He's like, no, the guy who owns the company. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, that's dope that the actual NBA player,
Yeah.
like actually
He's
invests his money.
he's my money man, and he's that's more than just a guy. He's the man. He's awesome. His insight, and he knows how to win.
And
Shout out to Devin George. He got
yeah.
rings.
And
Devin
he-
George has rings, so he's good in my book.
And he low key
Yeah,
knowing
he
Devin
got
George.
dreams, but don't tell nobody.
He does a lot for the community, and he's not one to put it all on blast.
Yeah.
He does a lot for the
Yeah,
community.
he's real.
I can't. Yeah, he definitely is. I can't say that about him.
You know what question I want to ask? Like, to backtrack a little bit. Okay, because when you're dealing with artists who go in the studio, they record songs, and say they like as you stated, they could just put the tracks online, right? So you have a lot of producers that if like say what happens if you run into a situation where you get an artist who goes in the studio, records a song. He took the beat off a SoundClick, got the song. He gets on Sky Radio. He gets 1,000 hits, likes. He blows up off there, and then the producer comes on and like, hey, this is my beat, yada yada yada. What precautions or what steps do you have to in place to combat that if a producer comes and say, hey, this is my song, the artist never paid for this beat, I want my song off, I'm suing you guys. What do you guys have to combat that?
Right, a good question. That's where the contract comes into play. The contract stipulates that scenario specifically. I mean, when it happens, if a person brings a song in and they copy it, sort of like Alan Thicke and Pharrell Flames with what was that? Blurred Lines.
Yeah.
We're talking about,
Yes.
with Marvin Gaye stuff. But something like that, for example, say something like that happened.
I remember that.
It would not have any effect on Scott Radio whatsoever because the artist launched it. All we did was, the artist pushed it. They belong to them, so-called. And so whatever legal courts and battles they have to hammer out, that's between that artist and the other party.
But what if they want to attack you guys because the artist
They
has
can't.
their song on
They
your
can't.
platform?
They can't. Like I said, that's where contract comes to play and
Okay.
exclude you from those liabilities.
So you're pretty
They
much
can't.
saying you have that covered.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's in fact, that's how radios work too. This, for example, back to the same example with Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke, right? They had that song Blur Lines, and did the radio stations get sued?
Mm-mm.
No, there were no radio stations to get sued. It was them personally, or their company, whatever it was, that owned or had rights to that song. Got sued. Whoever the moneymaker of is the song is the one they're going after. We
Okay.
have nothing to do with it. All we did is say, yes, in our contract, it states, hey, if you bring the song, you are well aware that you own the song and you produced it and everything else. And you, by you stating and writing out, your signature, that you say this, you agree to this. So we then, if that turns around and becomes false, that is not on us. That's on them.
My man, I like you. You do good business, Mr.
And I know a little bit of law too.
You
Like I
cover
said,
your ass.
where I'm coming from, you got to know a little bit of that too.
Because I was waiting to ask you that question. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. But what if a motherfucking producer comes and be like, listen, this nigga right here got my song and stole my beat and put it on your platform?
No, see, we didn't do it. We just launched it. All we're doing is promoting it. The guy that stole the song and did it in the studio, that's the one you need to talk to.
My man. My man. Once again, where can the artists go and sign up and get their music put on?
Artists at skyradio.live. That's artists, ARTISTS, at skyradio, one word, .live, LIVE.
So when y'all gonna do when y'all gonna do an official launch? If y'all do an official launch, is No Advisory Podcast invited?
Man, I'll put it this way. I'll let you
Crashing
first know,
it.
right? And then when we push up with the app and everything else, how about this? I'll get you guys' opinion as well.
Oh.
Yes, because we're gonna give you like our fucking honest opinion. You know what I mean? We're gonna give the honest,
Okay.
dirt, gritty
I can
opinion.
always trust my people for that.
You're
That's
definitely
never
your
been a
people
problem.
then.
Right.
You won't have that
I love my
problem.
people. That's the
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's up, man. But we want to thank Mr. Young for calling in and give us an insight from Sky Radio. Make sure if when y'all artists that's watching us right now, we plugged it to a couple of y'all pages. Yo, this is something that gives you 100% royalties. Honestly, I don't know of any fucking streaming service or anything giving the artist 100% of their
None.
royalties and the one that's pushing you making their money off the back end. I don't know no company that's doing that. So you getting your money up front 100%, and it's a win-win for everybody. So I applaud you for what you guys are doing. Word.
Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Let me know on Sky Radio's first to do this. And when you hear other copycats, don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. That's two. That's two. Hey, Mr. Young, see, he probably like, what the hell they talking about? Because there's a song for like
Mr. Young don't care about you winning all the time.
Listen,
God damn.
I wasn't going to talk about that.
Alright.
I was going to say there's a song for 90% of the phrases that we say. So, internally we have a little bet, not a bet, but we have a little thing going on here that whoever could come up with the most songs with a phrase that was spewed. And you said don't believe the hype, and I came up with the don't believe the hype. Don't. So now I'm up 2-0 against these guys here. I'm winning.
But who's keeping score?
Me.
Keeping score?
Only
I'm keeping score.
We know.
Yeah,
We
tune
are
up.
well aware. You
Yeah,
are
tune
definitely
up.
keeping score. Thank
Joe, we want to thank my guy, Mr. Young.
Thank you for
Let's give a round of
coming,
applause
Mr.
for Mr. Young.
Yeah, thank
Artist
you so much.
that Sky.
You're supposed to clap.
Shut
I'm
up.
holding the cord. I'm holding the cord.
Oh, yeah,
She's technical support
She's
right
technical
now.
support right now.
We switch
But Joe, we
hats.
want to thank you for calling in and give us that insight. Once again, one more time. Let the artists on us watching where they can find you at, where they can sign up and everything above and beyond.
Yes, sir. That's artists, at skyradio.live. Artist ARTISTS at skyradio, one word, .live, LIVE. If you want to see the site, which is right now, since the teaser site, there's going to be more to come on it, hit skyradio.live. That's the website. Otherwise, hit us on Twitter, skyradio.live, or you can hit us on Instagram, skyradio.live, or you can hit us on Snapchat. Same old thing, skyradio.live.
Skyradio.live. That's it. That's it. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you get that, and make sure you get your money, man. Because these record labels ain't giving you all that money. They're gonna sign you up to a 360 deal. They're gonna go on tour, and you're gonna see your check. And it's gonna be $1. And you're gonna wonder why you got $1 after you sold out a whole fucking arena. All right, get with Sky Radio.
Thank you so much
That's
for.
what Prince praying before the Minneapolis Prince said that best when he wrote that on the side of his face. Slave. That's what he was talking about. He didn't want to be under that no more. So here we go. Here's our freedom as far as musically speaking, and let's promote it. Like I said, it's 100%. I mean, how much? What do you want? I don't understand it. But yeah, that's what we're doing.
I love that. I love that. I actually want to. Yes, actually. Yo, when are you coming to Charlotte? Are you coming to Charlotte anytime soon?
Let me know when. What's going on? I can be down there.
Listen, I need you to come to Charlotte because Charlotte has a lot of like
Up and coming hot artists.
yes, hot artists.
Okay.
And they need to be a part of this platform. We do this thing. We host an event on Mondays called Open Mic Mondays.
One mic Mondays.
One mic
Mondays.
They know what killing me. One mic Mondays.
We got you.
And there's a lot of artists that be in the building that needs to hear this type of info. So I definitely would like you to come out just on a Monday and come to this event and interact with these artists and get these artists. There's a lot of artists that's hot, but they don't know about, like, just if you don't know about what's going on, you're going to be under a rock. So I want to put this in front of their faces, like, this is what it is. Put your music on here. Let's get this money.
Yes, sir. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, but I'd be more than welcome to do that. Let me know when. You got my information. We'll be talking much more in the near future. And yeah, more to come.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you so much
Thank you for calling in, Mr. Young.
Mr. Young. We
From
appreciate
Minnesota.
it.
Live from Minnesota. Live. Hey, yo, how you feel about your team this year? Though? Are you a Timberwolves fan?
I am a Hall fan. I love all the teams here. I mean, they're not, they ain't win no championships, but I still got love for them. They're my team. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a good team. How you feel about the team this year? Quick fan. How you feel about the team this year?
They got it all. It's about coaching. It's about the clicking. It's about the vibe. Just like music. You can have the best talent in the world and not click, and this ain't gonna work. So I hope they get together and vibe and off the court just as much as on the court.
My man. You heard it first.
Because you got these cats that making millions of dollars, and when they're done playing, they're gone.
They done.
I mean, when I was 20 something, and then you couldn't tell me anyways. If I had millions of dollars, oh my goodness, I'd be a mess.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Shit.
Right.
Yeah,
so yeah, if they vibe, I think that they can do good. They can do some damage.
My man. We want to once again shout out to my man Mr. Young for calling in. Sky Radio. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all artists get your records on in.
Get your royalties. Get your coins.
Get your coins.
Oh no, that's not the right song.
And above all,
royalty.
Okay, you got one.
No, I said it, but that's not even right.
Girl, Shot
The
Boog.
name of the song is Loyalty.
Flip the point. Me and Shot Boog got 1 point.
It's Loyalty.
And Kendrick Lamar, did you hear this?
Remix. Royalty.
I was
Hey, yo.
ready.
Hey, yo, thank you, Mr. Young, for calling in, man. We appreciate
Thank you,
calling
Mr.
in,
Young.
Thank y'all. Take care. God bless.
God
bless, bro.
All right. Oh, my fault.
That was Mr. Young.
That was Mr.
man.
Young.
Sky Radio.
Sky Radio. Definitely check them out when you have a moment.
That's a nice
Word.
new little concept.
That's a
and shit.
concept.
That is.
100% of your royalty. Hold on, let's read this right quick. So
I'll read it.
So you can have it on like recorded. Yeah.
Alright, bet. So
Yeah.
Sky Radio gives artists 100% royalties from all downloads and streams. All of them.
All of them.
Launch
Whoa.
your new single exclusively and provide your fans what they've been looking for. Something new and hot that makes them the first to hear it and support their favorite artists.
Dope.
Fans and artists support Sky Radio because we promote 100% royalties for all artists.
Dope.
With the radio station, artists, and the Sky Radio's PR teams, we will collectively promote your single to millions.
Dope.
The artist,
He said 5 billion, right?
he
said
did
5
hit
million.
5 million
He said
audience.
5
Yeah,
million.
He
did.
said million. I was
He
gonna
said
say
5
he
million.
definitely didn't say billion.
No, he didn't.
He
He
said
said 5.
million.
He
He
said
said
5
5
million.
million.
Yeah. The artist gives
Focus.
the artist gives live on air interviews, all leading to the counter. Once the counter reaches 0, your new single will be heard by millions for the first time. Artists can sell other media on Sky Radio, and like always, Sky
That's
Radio
good
gives
stuff.
100% royalties.
That it sounds like a good
This is
concept. That is.
Like me being a former artist,
Mm,
I would jump on this shit quick.
mm.
Like, and it's good to jump on things like
Like this when it's new.
When it's new.
Exactly.
That's
Because
what
makes this
this
most
shit not gonna be
criminal.
free and all that for a while.
It
You know,
ain't.
it's not. After a while, y'all gonna have to
So
Once
many
they
people
get
gonna
popping,
right.
reconstrue the concept and make it
Exactly.
their own.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cause like that's why I asked him the question of like how they make their money. Like sooner or later, it's cool, 100% royalties. After they get popping, they're like, oh, we make it way too much bread.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna have to reconstruct this shit a little bit. So
Right.
it's good for you artists to jump on this shit now.
While early, get
Put
it
your
while it's
song
hot.
on there, and
Yup.
if
Because
like,
y'all ain't getting 100% now.
hell no.
Nothing
Get
plus
your money.
nothing equals nothing. Did I get one?
What song is
What
that?
song is that?
Eddie Murphy said it on Raw. so-
Ah, look at her, right.
Nothing,
Now
plus
count.
nothing plus
It don't-
nothing means nothing. Gotta
No.
mean something.
Oh wait,
Fuck you in
right. I don't think that.
Y'all did not say comedy routines was
No,
not
we didn't
excluded.
say it was excluded.
Can I get my point? I'm on
Okay,
2
you got
points because we split that last point shot. So I got 2. She got
I'm
1.
I'm two.
2.
I'm up 2.
Well, we tied.
We tied.
We
Okay,
tied.
I'm gonna murk both of y'all.
I gotta get out of here because y'all tied. You tied. I don't like
You're
this
too
tied.
competitive for me.
Huh?
You way
Yes.
too
I'm
competitive.
way too motherfucking.
I'm gonna go outside the doggone car gonna be
Oh,
on
she
bricks.
shared. Who's this?
Mercedes L.
L. George.
Miss D.
She shared our video.
Oh,
Shout out to you.
okay. Shout out to you.
Shout out to everybody that be sharing. Shout out to you guys that watches us after the show, after the
After
effect.
it's over.
Right.
You know, and gets us these thousands of views.
Right.
I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying?
And we're gonna be on iTunes soon and
Yes.
all of that, so y'all are able to watch
Yes.
us. Like I like to
listen,
listen, yeah,
right, to
listen
the
while you're at
podcast.
work
Yes.
and while you're able to sit down in your car
Yes.
ride home. You can listen to No Advisory.
Yes.
Coming
And
soon.
just know we have the tattoo costume party coming up soon.
Yes,
We're gonna make it
excited
live
about that.
official. We're gonna make it official.
Y'all getting
right now.
tattoos?
Huh? I'm getting a tattoo.
How about you not gonna get a
I ain't
tattoo?
tattoo?
No, I need
Me
to
and
look
my-
at this artist again. Fuck no.
No, he's nice. He's dope.
I'm gonna test his work, but me and my sister's supposed to be getting a matching sister tattoo.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that. What you
And it
gonna
is
do?
gonna be my
Like
birthday
sisters.
month. I do want to get a tattoo for
You
my
should get a
birthday.
tattoo.
I want to put my baby's name. So
Because
I was
tattoo
just,
parties, you get it for the low. For the low, though. You know what I'm saying?
we'll see.
Yeah.
And the tattoo artist is pretty
You don't
good.
have any?
I have two.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I got one, but I want to get it removed. We talked about that the last time. I got a
Yeah.
tramp stamp and I was 18. Mom, why did you allow me to
On
get
your
a
back?
tramp? Yes!
Yeah,
I'm mad at my...
Let me see that.
So
No.
why? Yeah, I want to see
I
it
wanna
too.
see
Do
that.
it look bad?
Come on. I wanna-
It's stupid.
I wanna
Okay,
see
let
the
me
tramp stamp.
explain it. Let me explain it, okay? So I'm
Yes.
a Scorpio, of course.
You got a
So
scorpion?
and he did it too high. It wasn't like that shit. He did it too high. And shout out to my girl Kelly Davis. We talked about her before. Her brother tried to fix it for me, so I got to like add on tattoo on top of my bridge. It was a mess. It's a mess. I got like 2 motherfuckers tattooed on my back.
Okay, we gotta see that. We have to see the scorpion tramp stamp live.
It's stupid, y'all.
We want to see it. You got your cameras ready, Shop?
Wait, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Wait, hold on, hold on.
Y'all is real dumb. So
Hold on, Ash.
I mean,
Wait,
but I
tell
was
them the tattoo party's coming up, right?
Yeah, tattoo
party.
coming up.
Show us the tattoo. Show it. Oh, that look
No, it
terrible.
look bad.
It's stupid, y'all. Y'all can be honest.
What?
Well, I don't
no,
even-
like,
It's
I mean,
it's too
It's Scorpio. It looks like 2 lobsters.
right.
yeah, but what
I
are
put a
they
fucking
going
red
for?
lobster on my fucking back.
But what are
I
they
need a
going for?
biscuit.
What are they going for? What is
I
that?
don't know. See, I was 18.
What is that on the bottom?
I was probably high. I don't know.
Is that like a vine weed or some shit?
Yeah, I told him him to add on because he did the first one too high. This was like the first one over here.
Yeah. So
and I had him add that in the little flower thing because I was like, I'm gonna
okay,
get
so
lower.
that's two tattoo artists on
Two
one bag.
tattoo artists on one bag.
Okay.
Well, that's where you fucked up, right? Isn't that what
It
you fucked
Yeah,
up?
that's when you fucked up.
I was young, dumb, and that's all I'm
You was
saying.
young, dumb, and full of cum.
Where
I
you
don't know.
fucked
I wasn't full of cum,
I'm about
but
to
I was
say, like,
definitely-
why?
No, but that's what they say. You young, dumb, and full of cum.
I was definitely not smart about getting this fucking tattoo. Let's just say that. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to your parents. Let me say that.
Let's see here. I got 3 tattoos. I got one. This is my first tattoo. It
What is
says
it?
Ant.
How old were you when you got your first tattoo?
I was what? I was a teenager. I think it was like 17, 18, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I was 18.
I got these two actually at the tattoo party. I'm black as fuck, so you probably can't see it. But I got my grandma when she passed a scroll of her name and
You
yeah,
got
the time of
meaningful
her passing.
tattoos.
Right.
Yes, and this shit was like a cross breaking. I gotta get this shit done over. Like a cross going through a heart. I'm dark as fuck, so you can't see the color. But it represents like change. I was like a cross going through a heart change. I was
Yours,
young, dumb, and
yeah,
full of
bro. I mean, at least yours are kind of me. I'm a Scorpio. Like, you get a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Scorpio.
No, but it looks good. Like if it was fucked up, I would have told you.
Yeah, and
looked
it
fucked up.
looked fucked up. It
Doesn't
wasn't
look
fucked up.
fucked
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it was a period I'm over, so I just want to get
And
it.
see, and that's my thing with tattoos.
What
I
do you
always
have?
try to get things that I know I feel like I'm gonna like forever. My tattoo on my back says irreplaceable because I still believe that now to this. At the time, I was feeling real arrogant.
Irreplaceable Beyonce. I'm up 3.
You just no, you can't be. You ain't even singing. You must not know.
You ain't even let her get it out.
No, I mean, I sang it, so I get the point.
know what
She
you
did
mean?
sing it.
I influenced
Right, you
her.
could not have
I didn't have to
influenced me.
sing
I
the
got
song.
the
I just
tattoo.
said irreplaceable Beyonce. That's
It was
her.
almost like you pulled a Beyonce over Kelly, like you must
Right.
don't know
You
about
did
me
that.
while she was singing the song.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we have.
You pulled a Beyonce on Beyonce.
Okay, hold on.
You
We have
kind of
to-
just did.
Okay, if you guys are watching, right?
right?
This is it. This is what we do.
She definitely said it first, and that's just not me being girl power.
No.
She definitely was,
I just said Beyonce irreplaceable.
but she was
That's
actually.
not even it. It's hard.
The one thing she did different was sing the song. I
That's
didn't sing the song.
You gotta sing the song. See,
I
that's
gotta
That's the
sing the
what.
song?
purpose of the game. You gotta sing the song.
Okay. We gotta make the rules like really legit here.
Oh, now he want to make rules.
No, I'm
That's
just
what
saying.
I'm about to get
No,
your
no,
point.
no, I'm
And
saying.
Peter run the first
Listen.
circle round.
No,
Right.
listen. Unfair. I'm a fair individual. I will
Alright.
give you the point.
Okay.
There's no shame in my game. I give you the point. I just want to like be fair on how is it going forward. Okay, do we have to actually